Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another day of Blade&soul Korea Season 1. And we're here with, once again, a great matchup ready for you guys. My name is Joel, so be joining with me as Ending Life as always. And now, we're finally getting to the best of sevens as we get ready to go into the semifinals for the very first time.
Yeah, finally we are at the best of sevens. No more best of five, so we're going to have long matches for these two teams, well, all four teams today that will be playing. We're actually going to have, the first place of Group A go up against the second place of Group B. So we're kind of mixing it up to kind of allow these teams to go up against different kind of teams that they haven't faced up until today.
And it will be a different competition for teams that are so used to kind of their own respective groups coming out, and now they're in this semifinals and they're ready to face off against a new team that they haven't faced off yet in Season 1. But we'll see how they do, because we'll get to the overview very soon. We'll get to kind of recap to you guys on what the tournament is all about. And here we go with the overview, see what we are here to do here right now. Going to the semifinals for the very first time today, and we'll round that out once we get to next Saturday, and we'll have the finals for the next Sunday as well. So everything will be over by next week.
Yep, as you guys see, we have 3 days left. Well, including today, we have 3 days left. So now you can just disregard the top part about the quarterfinals. We are at the bottom part, the semifinals and the finals of best of 7, and all the rounds, or all the sets rather, are worth 1 point each. So out of best of 7, the first team to obtain 4 points will be the winner.
We'll get the set 4 to be the random match, and we usually have that as set 3, but the roulette will spin according to the judge, and that will be right around the set 4, so the middle point there, and could be the last game, as you said, if it does end in a 4-0, with that random being either single or tag match. Probably indicate the end of this best of 7 we'll have starting from today's semifinal, but you get to today's matchup, and you get the GC Busan Red facing off Coup d'etat for the first time, in Anarchy will be facing themselves against IDEPS and seeing what they do on match 2.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, all these teams, they are playing up against each other for the first time because they were in different groups throughout the group stages. And, I'm kind of curious. Let's hope that there won't be any 4-0 sweep, because, these 4 teams, they kind of made their way up here. They deserve and, prove themselves to be up here in the semifinals by defeating their other teammates or other teams in their groups. And on screen, we do have the events that you guys, usually can't participate in, unfortunately.
They will be going around for the entire season, and probably for the second season as well. So, just guys, if you're curious, be sure to visit Korea. Just have your time here, but you will not be able to participate abroad, overseas. Not be a thing. So, all these items that are available for the Korean viewers out there and for the people who are in the audience, just know that it won't be applicable to you guys. But we're getting back to this, where getting to the semifinals for the first time. We'll get kind of the new matchups that we haven't seen throughout the season, with GC Busan Red facing up against Coup d'etat for this first time in. Coup d'etat has been all about that, the hot rookie.
Oh yeah.
About that Byung Jun, being that gunslinger that he is, and sometimes plays the KFM pretty well as well.
Yeah. So apparently, before he came into the pro scene, he played the KFM a lot, like at home, as casual Blade&soul player. He did play the KFM, but I did not expect him to go par or actually even beat one of those great Korean KFM players, Duggan Kang, even though he is kind of the OG, as they mentioned. And I also want to talk about, GC Busan Red and Coup d'etat. Their records are both the same. There's 6 wins and 1 losses regarding sets. So, they're both pretty formidable, and like you said, that super rookie, I'm expecting a lot from him.
See what happens, because GC Busan Red is going to be filled with veterans who definitely know how to win, and they're going to be here to really just play out to see if they can really school the youngsters we have in Kudeta and see what they can make out of it. But you know, can we see the rise? Just a rise of the rookies and trying to see what they can do. Of course, we have some fans here, giving us some very nice entries too, and GC% Red fans as well. So, gonna get to the entries. Of course, the team lineup. Of course, you guys are very, very familiar with it now. GC% Red will be starting us off because they're gonna be on the left side, and they're gonna be filled with players we know very, very well.
Yeah, they are GC Busan Red, but they are in the booth of the blue lighting. It's kind of weird, but you know, it doesn't matter. We do have GC Busan Red on screen, and this team is just looking so strong. Like, how strong is this? The strongest you can get?
I mean, look at this. Look at a roster from Paper and Yutason joining up with Junohan and Sungjin Choi. Makes it a very, very strong roster. We talked about Junohan and Sungjin Choi, usually the two that have always kept the seats. GC Busan Red, along with that third player who's always seemed to a little bit disappoint. And now we do have Yutason from GC Busan Blue joining up in the lineup. I think they feel a lot more confident and just might be theoretically the strongest roster we have here in Season 1. And you know, how that really translates into actual results, we're going to have to see if they can progress through each round and hopefully make it to the finals, and then we'll get to kind of figure out how exactly good they are.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I'm glad that you mentioned that they're potentially the strongest currently in this season, because last year we had GC Busan Blue and Red. They were both pretty strong, even though GC Busan Blue came out to be on top in most of the tournaments. But still, last year's GC Busan organization, two of the teams were pretty strong, but this time around, GC Busan Blue was actually unfortunately knocked out during the group stages. And now on screen we do have Kudeta.
We're gonna get a chance to look at Kudeta. Of course, see about Youngwon-chae, Suwon-lee helping out Youngwon-jun. Super rookie right here, the gunslinger. Says he does main KFM, but he's definitely gonna play more gunslinger more often than not, because he's been quite good at that class, playing the flame oriented instead of the shadow most of the time, and means that he's gonna go for damage, and that's what he's really up for. Burst damage to finish off opponents one at a time, and you know, we've seen a lot of success from this guy, and waving his hands down, and Youngwon-jun continue to really look out for what he can do and what more he can do as time goes on.
We'll have to see, because like Joel constantly mentions, he is a super rookie, and you know, this is his first year playing in this official offline tournament of BNS. So I'm excited that he's already in the semifinals to begin with.
So he gets to go up against potentially the strongest team right now in Korea with GC Busan Red as we get into get ready to go into the tag match, and you'll see that Yuntason's going to be playing the gunslinger. Okay, this is something that we could have seen a little bit differently. We got to saw a little bit in the quarterfinals, but definitely it's going to be more consistent than ever. And Yuntason, of course, we didn't see him as a 2017 gunslinger because the class wasn't available at the time, but it seems like he's very liking what is available with that class.
We'll have to see which gunslinger can provide that burst damage, and which of the other two teammates can provide the support for the gunslinger to interfere in, or you know, put out that burst damage. We'll have to see about that. And you know, I'm kind of curious if Byung-Hyun will stay with the flame like we were talking about, whereas Yuntason probably will come out with the shadow gunslinger. So we'll have to see which element they pick and come out. But you know, Byung-Hyun is known for that flame gunslinger, that burst damage.
But in terms of composition, GC Busan Red and Kudeta literally have the same classes available in terms of just literally mirroring each other. Talk about the gunslinger being the main damage output, warlock there for additional damage, along with some CC potential, and of course the destroyer for the defensive utilities also with the CC can be available for them. That's going to be the same for both teams here. So definitely going to see the winner out of this team be the better team in terms of that composition alone. So we're going to see what happens in Game 1, because I think we're going to get ready very, very soon with GC Busan Red and Kudeta now ready to fight into this first round to see who the better team is with the same composition. Let's find out what happens in this Game 1. There we go for the first game. GC Busan Red and Kudeta up in the action. Talk about the gunslinger starting us off. Ninja takes a little bit of damage to start off, but not gonna be too worrying for that time being.
Alright, so we do have Yuntason on the shadow. yes, we do have Young and Jun on the flame. Like we mentioned, so we do have different elements for the two gunslingers here.
Okay, so it's going to be Shadow versus Flame. Which one's the better gunslinger? We're going to find out soon enough.
We'll see about that. And, you know, we all know about the gunslinger mirror matches. Oh, there we go. Byung and Jun lands that CC here.
Take that lot of damage already, and Son taking a hard time already.
There we go. They do use that vigilance. Unlimited escapes for 8 seconds when that green poof thing happens, and you know, gunslingers are just great classes because, you know, in the beginning when they first came out, they lacked the escapes, they lacked the mobilities other than the whip line that they have. And now after the vigilance, and it's amazing, and you guys can just see how it's played. And first, Yuntae-san is tagged out.
He tagged out to Sungin Choi, and he's gonna be out after taking so much damage from Byung and Jun. So winner out of that one in terms of the first round standing. Then trying to do it again, this time against Sungin Choi, but he needs a little bit of help to get that done. You see Suwon Lee just coming from that, interfere with that destroyer.
Youngwon Chae comes in for the Warlock, and I also wanted to mention Youngwon Chae compared to Juno Han. Juno Han is more experienced as the Warlock, whereas Youngwon Chae was originally an assassin, and he had to swap over to the Warlock to make that team composition work. But we'll see how this plays out.
See time distortion on both sides, means that they will get all the cooldowns right back. And oh, but Juno Han taking a lot of damage early, and taking even more damage. Can he just get out of here? But it's gonna trade the damage right back to Youngwon Chae. So careful, Juno Han still is not escaping for the minute, and for the time being, he's gonna be all alone. He's gonna now finally tag out to Yuntae-san now.
Yuntae-san decides to come in rather than to Choi. Yeah, we'll see what he can do. And you know, take note that Suwon Lee is on the Fury build, and he still has it up and ready for use. We'll see when he procs that and goes in.
Trying to pull him in there. This might be the time he might start to use a Fury, but he's going to see another Spear that would help out.
There we go. Fury's proc.
Attack coming in from Sungin Choi. Maybe a Destroyer mirror match for the time being, but not getting too much of that Fury. As we were mentioning earlier, if Young and Jun comes back in, gonna have a hard time against Sungin Choi already. You can see that, and Young and Jun going to get away from this one because it's a little bit difficult for the time being.
Perfect time. Young and Jun comes in, uses vigilance, and you know, unlimited escapes allows him to endure that 2v1. But now that cool is off, and now he uses his escape. 30-second cooldown for Byung and Jun.
He's gonna have to stay alive for the time being. Get caught a little bit there, and you probably can get an interfere from Yuntae-san and to finish the gunslinger off in a flash. And it could happen. Youngwon Chae coming in now for the Warlock. Gonna help out with the damage and even the time distortion. What's supposed to be a utility interfere, but Byung and Jun takes the most out of that one, and knocks Sungin Choi very, very low, forcing Juno Han to come back in.
Byung and Jun lands that CC. That offensive interfere actually comes in by Suwon Lee, pushing Juno Han back. This is not looking good for GC Busan Red.
Familiar just melts there, and no other option for Juno Han other than to just tag out once again. Byung and Jun taking some damage from Yuntae-san, does use that escape once again, and you ready to fight right back. Byung and Jun doing very good so far of kind of melting down the opponents time after time.
We'll see how Byung and Jun approaches this, because there's still 20 seconds left for that escape to come back, and there we go. The offensive interfere comes in.
Youngwon Chae just trying to provide the CC so he can finish off Yuntae-san in a hurry, and don't see the reaction in 2v2. Of course, that defensive interfere didn't feel like it was needed by the sign of GC Busan Red there.
We have 3 seconds for Byung and Jun's force tag. The timing comes in. Juno Han comes in, tries to make that chase and make something, you know, into something, but Youngwon Chae puts the Sanctum down and back steps away.
And he's gonna have to use just the escape to get away. So the chase did come out for GC Busan Red to force him to use the escape for now. And Youngwon Chae, careful! Oh, you see the ultimate?
Oh!
That connected?
No, it was definitely something else. We had that interfere come in, and Yuntae-san actually just melted away.
Youngwon Chae definitely melt away. Just on for that timing. I heard the ultimate sound, but just didn't see it connect. But the damage went down all the way, and
He used the ult, but I'm pretty sure that ult does not proc that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but we'll see the replay just to make sure. But yeah, Yuntae-san definitely got deleted. Oh, GC Busan Red. We were talking about how strong their roster was, and now look at what Byung-Hyun and his teammates are doing to him.
That's going to be Byung-Hyun all by himself. Now he's going to take enough damage to probably finish off something Choi there. Good of Juno-Han to just barely come in, but that gets him very, very low as well. So right now, I feel like Byung-Hyun doesn't even need his teammates at the moment. He can just finish 1v2 here.
Yeah, Byung-Hyun's not worried. There's no interference for his teammates to come in and save, but yes, he does have that tag point left.
Once again, Suwon Lee.
Back row chase into the area.
Choi very good of staying persistent throughout this matchup here, and the Typhoon connecting once again. He's up in the air. Get the power drive to make sure he gets more damage onto it, but just trying to buy time is going to be the biggest objective here for Choi, but he's going to be stunned up, and I don't think it's going to be happening for now. No escapes now, so anytime he gets caught up, that will be trouble for Sunny Choi.
Right, Sungjin Choi buys some time. He is on the Fury build, so he doesn't have persistence. And he does get that sleep, and he's gonna wait for that cool, definitely. And there we go. We do have Suwon Lee waking up with that escape use.
Suwon Lee, trying to see if he can finish him off before the timer runs out, and still gonna be healing back for just a bit.
Into the area, and he does get
Byung-Hyun
finished.
And Byung-Hyun just
No,
getting finished up the
Juno-Han.
red. Yeah, Byung-Hyun got finished up with both, and as soon as the tag came in on that force tag, Byung-Hyun was ready to just come in right away with that interfere. As soon as he came in, the chase did happen on that very close distance, and got the double kill there in the end. So Byung-Hyun, very good job of him. Once again, the super rookie just being better than every single player that he has played so far, and looking very good in this game one.
Yeah, we have Sungjin Choi on screen. Seems a little out of it right now.
Seems a bit baffled as to what exactly happened there, because they were really just manhandled there in terms of Byung-Hyun literally doing numbers to their opponents every single time.
Yeah, and if you remember, Yuntae-san comes out with the shadow, and near the mid late game, he swaps when he's on bench back to flame and comes back out. Maybe he noticed the damage difference between the shadow and flame, and he saw Byung-Hyun and he's like, all right, no wonder he's playing the flame all throughout.
You got to look at this, because do they now tell Yuntae-san to play the flame gunslinger? But you got to be so what do you call it? Yeah, you got to be so adept at learning how to play the flame gunslinger so properly there, because it could be very, very tough. So it definitely wasn't the ultimate connector for the Warlock. Definitely figured that out, but just additional damage that came in. But done. I mean, if you can handle the flame gunslinger that well, I think it's so tough for your opponents to always fight back in. Done just always and every time he just supplies it up with opportunity that he just makes for himself, and if these nice wins for his team, coup d'etat, and playing the other two members, Suwon Lee and Youngwon Che, definitely appreciate his efforts here.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that Juno-Han comes in, gets knocked out, and Sungjin Choi gets onto the bench, literally just looks at the bench and comes back out on the field to die. And that's how the game ended. And potentially the strongest team, GC Busan Red, actually gets defeated in the first set. See what they bring to us in set 2 with singles.
Still got many games to go. Have to play one more single and another tag before we get to set 4, which will be either single or tag, depending on how the roulette shows us the next result. But for the time, we gotta have a couple of matches before anything is decided. So definitely, winning the first game is good, but it definitely does not decide your total outcome in terms of whether you've won out the series or not. You still have to play many more games. You feel like you have to win more games to really feel like you got the win there.
Yeah, and just a reminder, last year, when teams won 2 tag matches, that gave them 4 points. But now this year, everything is worth 1. So singles and tag, they're both equally important. And now on screen, we have Juno-Han coming out with the Warlock and Youngwon Che coming out with his original Assassin for this singles.
So definitely not going to go to the Warlock mirror match on Youngwon Che, who's feeling a lot more comfortable on the Assassin. And Juno-Han just ready to step up now and just provide for his team the stability that they need to get into this game 3, because I feel like after game 1, it wasn't on their sails here in terms of trying to kind of control the pace themselves, but it feels like they were really controlled in terms of coup d'etat being so well done. Byung-Hyun just doing so well for himself and for his teammates that Gunslinger and really GC Busan Red had no answers to it.
Yeah, and let's hope that Young Che is able to carry on this momentum since he is bringing out his original or main character, Assassin. But however, Juno Han, let's hope that, you know, his Warlock, he has been that #1 Warlock in Korea in the rankings. So let's see if he can prove to us once again that his Warlock is very formidable.
Okay, we're gonna have a headset issue with Young Che.
All right.
Trying to just sort that out before we get into the games here. Just means the theme music will play along for just a little bit more, but I'm sure once we get that settled, we'll get into the match right away ending.
Yep. And it seems like the problem is solved right away.
Okay. I think we're gonna get ready to the game then. Then game 2, the singles between Juno Han and Young Che. Warlock versus Assassin to see who gets the second point, and whether Kudeta can extend their lead, we're gonna find out in this game number 2. Let's get the game underway. Juno Han, after his team lost out game 1, is going to be back out with the Warlock and see if he can beat out Young Che on the Assassin here.
We'll see, Juno Han is definitely used to going up against Assassins as a Warlock in singles, but we'll see if he's able to beat down Young Che's Assassin. Young Che may not be the best Assassin in Korea, but he is definitely up there.
Saw him just getting caught out there. Young Che had to use his escape, and even the Lotus escape to get out of there. All the escapes now gone, and there's no time distortion from your allies to help him out there, so you don't want to get caught out once again by Juno Han. That will lead to a lot of damage, and one more stun is definitely what Juno Han's waiting for here.
Here we go with the leech into the area. This is done.
There's nothing else you can do, and that's so much damage you can do to an Assassin, and really just bringing it right back. Of course, the flow was what's really needed there for GC Busan Red, and going to game 3, feeling a lot better about themselves, and you know, they can beat out once again Kudeta after that nice win from Juno Han in game 2.
You will see now that GC Busan Red has won a singles, they just have to kind of get back on track with tags, and set 3 will be going back to tags. We'll see if Kudeta will come back as stronger team in tag team rather than singles. But if GC Busan Red actually decides to beat them in tag, now Kudeta is going to be pushed to the corner. But here, Young Che just out of Lotus of escape and his stealth right off the bat, just, you know, one leech into the aerial is just gonna finish you off.
Juno Han definitely knew what he was getting into, and kind of his fans coming in, telling him how cute he is. Definitely a cutie right there. Of course, with Juno Han doing so well with his plays and showing that he is the best Warlock still in Korea, and really dominating performance right there in game 2 over his opponent.
Yeah, kind of slowly forgetting the times when Juno Han used to play the Blade Master back in the day. He was the Eyebrow Master, and now he's swapped over to the Warlock, and he's doing so well on this new class. Well, not even a new class for him anymore. But let's see if he's able to carry this on into this third tag match.
Gonna get into another tag match here before we get into the randoms and see what the players like to bring. Probably will be just the same as we saw in round 1. The big question is, does GC Busan Red have an answer for Byung-Jun's Gunslinger? Has been so strong in game 1, and it's again the same composition for both teams, and it's been about Yuntaeson really not putting out as much damage as Byung-Jun did onto their opponents, and we're gonna see if that happens again, because I think GC Busan Red was seemingly clueless in terms of how to deal with Byung-Jun's just lethal Gunslinger that he brought all throughout the game.
Yeah, but anyways, as we talk about the two Gunslingers on either teams, you know, usually when we have an evenly matched up Gunslinger mirror, it's kind of dull and it's very slow, and both of them eventually gets force tagged out. But this time around in set 1, we saw Byung-Jun go up against Yuntaeson and forced Yuntaeson to tag out after taking around roughly 60 to 70% damage. So that just proves that in skill-wise, Byung-Jun is up there. Even during tags, you know, it's very hard for Gunslingers to kind of forcefully tag out early on, but Byung-Jun forcing Yuntaeson to tag out that early, it just proves that Byung-Jun is up there compared to Yuntaeson's Gunslinger.
I mean, one of the best things about Gunslinger is that you can buy time with it and just allow your teammates to plan things out accordingly before getting into the next rounds of things. And Byung Jun has been very good at that all season, just really buying time when his team needs it. And also just putting out the damage as well when his teammates provide the support. But Yuntaesan definitely hasn't been the same type of beast when it comes to that one, and has a couple of roads to follow in terms of getting to the level of that super rookie Byung Jun, as you see on the screen here.
Yep, to be honest, Byung Jun just has a lot more experience on the Gunslinger compared to Yuntaesan, because Yuntaesan, even last season, he was so focused on playing the Blade Dancer and sometimes the Assassin, going back and forth. Byung Jun has, right after the Gunslinger came out, he just dropped his main classes and he just swapped over to the Gunslinger, and he's been playing the Gunslinger ever since. He even came out with the Gunslinger and experienced a little bit of a tournament style format in the Clan Wars. So he definitely has that experience as the Gunslinger in the tournament and, you know, just as casual play. So just, it makes sense that he's a little bit better than Yuntaesan, but we'll see if Yuntaesan will be able to stand back up and fight against Byung Jun.
And we'll see what happens though, because I feel like an audio issue did happen, but I think it's going to be fixed right away. I think the problem will be resolved. No more delays, as we probably will get into the game here. Game 3 will be right underway here, as we do have GC% Red currently even with Kudeta. See if they can extend the lead here. Let's find out in this game number 3, see what happens. Begin the game 3 between Yuntaesan and Byung Jun. Gunslinger mirror match once again. Same thing with the Shadow and the Flame once again on each side.
Yeah, so Yuntaesan is not going to give up his pride and just come out with the Shadow and make something happen. And Byung Jun this time around takes that damage first from Yuntaesan.
But he forces out the escape though. That's going to be important for Byung Jun. They're going to get the right back with the time distortion coming from Junohan as well.
They're both trying to kind of bait each other out. We'll see which one works. Oh, Byung Jun taking that damage, using that second wind. Defensive interfere comes in from Suwon Lee.
Could have been dangerous for Byung Jun there. Has Suwon Lee on the track to come for that defensive effort, and it's gonna be fine for the time being. The HP loss is not really significant enough that we'll turn the tides here. With 1 minute left, 50 seconds to be exact. For Byung Jun and Yuntaesan will be forced tagged down, so wonder what they're gonna make of it the time they have remaining.
Yeah, but this time around, Yuntaesan definitely has that advantage and can capitalize on that, because Kudeta already used 2 interferes, and that Yuntaesan made them do. And Byung Jun only forced out 1 interfere from Junohan. So right now, in terms of points, interfere points, definitely GC Red is up there.
Byung Jun is trying to move along with this and see what he can do. Last time around, he put a lot more damage onto Yuntaesan, which made him forced tag out. Using that tag point very early in the game, and that one out in the trades there. This time around, it seems a lot more even. The 2 gunslingers here.
Alright, oh, Byung Jun taking a little bit more until they're forced tag. Oh, they were trading like crazy.
We're going to see a Warlock mirror match. Junohan and Youngwon Chae. Youngwon Chae's going to have a hard time to begin us off.
Yeah, we both had that reactionary 2v2. However, like Joel said, Youngwon Chae took a little bit more damage compared to Junohan. Both of the Sanctums are down. Both of the Thralls are out.
Trying to see the Hobas. He would come in, but escaped that in time. Junohan taking a little bit of damage already.
A little bit more to be added on. Yuntaesan comes in. Finishes off Youngwon Chae's Thrall right there.
Yeah.
With the leash landing for Junohan, okay.
It doesn't go up in the air. It's going to be crucial now. Junohan and also both Warlocks. Like they want to tag back out. And Byung Jun back out again. That's a lot of damage onto Sung Choi.
Destroyers. Ooh, I feel bad for Sung Choi. There we go, but he does make his move.
Let's get the stun. So another stun with that escape gone now. Will do some serious damage for Sung Choi. Byung Jun knows not to get caught by it. And oh, it's going to be Yuntaesan trying to add for that damage on the interfere. Very nicely done.
They actually forced Byung Jun to tag out, so this is not a bad start for GC Busan Red.
Yeah, and we're going to see a Warlock mirror match once again after both players tag out here. Youngwon Chae go up against Junohan in this Warlock mirror match.
Junohan definitely has to show something, even though it is a Warlock mirror match. He has to come out on top because his teammates' health bars are very low.
I see this here. Yongche just trying to stick around here. Junohan just trying to put some damage onto his opponent, and definitely both Warlocks do not necessarily look the same in terms of how much damage they're putting out, and Swanley comes back in. Destroyer for the very first time here.
Yep, out of all of his escapes, the second he comes in, Tether Blade also lands, forcing that escape out from the Destroyer. We'll see how Swanley approaches this. He might just need to tag out very soon. He does have 2 tag points.
Okay, he's gonna get the very nice chase, and Byung-hyun Jun is gonna be allowing to put that damage on it. Interfere, almost very successful there. Just on very dangerous in that situation.
Yeah, that was very dangerous, like you said, and we'll see if Yuntaesun will be able to survive because he has 2 tag points. He might just need to tag out and not be greedy. There we go.
Swanley trying to move against Sungju Choi here, but Sungju Choi having a hard time himself, so gets up in the air. So we're going to see anything from it. Yuntaesun trying to add to the damage, but doesn't come out from it too much.
They're both trading, and Byung-hyun Jun actually comes in this time around. We'll see if he's able to kind of poke down Sungju Choi's Destroyer, because other than Junohan, if they are able to kind of bring down Sungju Choi's health, that's 2 people low on GC Busan red side. Oh, and like as I was saying, both of the 2 members on GC Busan red are super low. They just all they have to worry about is Junohan now.
They get the time distortion. Now over to Swanley against Junohan, against the Warlock. Let's see if they can stand along with this fight here. Yuntaesun is very low. Choi lower as well, but Destroy Ultimate, how much is going to connect? Not much as for the time being.
Definitely gets rid of that thrall right there. Easy into the grab. Back roll chase happens.
Wallbang. And that's going to be the damage coming in as well. Youngwon Chae, the ultimate's going to connect, and that's going to be the Warlock ultimate onto Junohan to finish him off.
That stagger typhoon.
Very
into
nice.
The wallbang. Oh, very nice. Yeah, very nice.
So that wallbang that leads a free ultimate for the Warlock to connect 100% there. Junohan now dies out once again and gives now a good lead towards the coup d'etat, and see if they can just hang on to this for 4 minutes. Continue on their lead and see if they're going to win out game 3. Another tag point win. Would have been very nice for a coup d'etat.
Yeah, and like I mentioned before, Junohan was the player on GC Busan Red that came out of the field with full health, where the other 2 teammates were very low, and now the 2 low players on health bars have to deal with a 3-man team on coup d'etat.
Other than Byung-hyun Jun, everybody else in coup d'etat is looking very healthy. Don't have any problems here. And Typhon trying to connect there and use his tap escape to get out. Youngwon Chae is back out on the field.
Sung-Jin Choi coming out, going up against Youngwon Chae.
Maybe Destroyer versus Warlock. See what they can do.
Body swap. That was a good body swap for Youngwon Chae. We'll see if they are going to try to finish it. There's still 3 minutes left.
Chae trying to get the damage on. Time distortion does happen, but Choi just not going to allow him to stand still there. Trying to put out the damage. Trying to buy some time if he can.
Yep, everybody gets that interfere point back at the 3-minute mark. Nobody tagging
the Warlock ultimate. Yeah, along with Byung-hyun Jun's damage, that's going to do so much. And Yuntaesun always having a hard time as well. Youngwon Chae, I think he's just ready to finish him off now. If he can get a good interfere from Swanley, like that Destroyer and the Warlock combo should be able to finish the Gunslinger off. But the other way around, the damage comes through.
Youngwon Chae actually taking a lot, like you said. We thought Yuntaesun was going to get finished off, but he is actually staying alive for the time being. Tether Blade does land, forces out Yuntaesun's escape.
Suddenly
Procs at all.
Okay, procs at all, but puts the paper in front.
Yep.
Really easy there. But the last bit of damage that will come through with that one poke should be enough. The throw even trying to help out. Make sure the damage gets through, but Yuntaesun, yeah, he's being very conscious here about his abilities. And, but it does take that last bit of damage from the Warlock, and that will be coup d'etat winning out another tag point here, and going to be up 2-1 after game 3.
Yep, and this just proves that, coup d'etat is definitely the stronger team on the side of tag matches, but now we're going to go to our random roulette, and we'll see if it comes out to singles or tag. And if it does come out to tag again, you know, GC Busan Red, they definitely have to come up with a strat, and they have to change up their strats rather and stop doing what they're doing, because they lost with this 2 times in a row in tag matches.
I mean, but what is Yuntae-song going to play? Is he going to play the blade damage? Then just you're lacking the damage when you have Warlock for Juno Han and Destroyer for Sony Destroy. You got to have one source of damage there. I mean, obviously Yuntae-song is not the biggest assassin in the world, so I couldn't say that that would be better than what he's playing with the Gunslinger, but I think you're right on that ending. I think you're just really looking at this team of GC Busan Red. Do they really have a complete roster in terms of 2v2? The answer might be a little bit iffy than you think.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, you are correct in the sense of a Gunslinger having to match a Gunslinger. If you guys have a Gunslinger on your team, like, you can't send out a Destroyer. You saw how Sung Choi was getting poked down by Byung-Hyun Jun. Same thing goes for the Warlock. No, Byung-Hyun Jun, if he comes out against the Warlock, he's just gonna take out all Juno Han's escapes and force him to tag out. So it makes best sense for Yuntae-san to mirror Byung-Hyun Jun's Gunslinger. It's just, he should not play it aggressively as Byung-Hyun Jun plays it to try to match the aggressiveness. Rather, just play it passive and wait for a good interfere from your teammates, whether it be defensive or offensive, and try to make a play there. And you know, Byung-Hyun Jun and Yuntae-san, like we're talking about, their skill levels are different in terms of playing the Gunslinger. So you know, if Byung-Hyun Jun is able to make a play, you can't, just because you're playing the Gunslinger, you can't try to do the same thing. If you're less skilled, then you have to adapt and play around the way you're more comfortable with. And now we see the roulette spinning.
Let's see where it lands. Does go over to single, over to tag, over to single, and it will land right at the tag, I think. It is going to be tag,
okay.
confirmed to us by the producers, and believe how exciting that is just looking at the roulette and spinning around. You're going to tag match for set 4. That is bad news for GC Busan Red, who doesn't seem like they have figured it out in terms of how to deal with Byung-Hyun Jun on that Gunslinger, and coup d'etat. I'll be super happy with this outcome in terms of the roulette coming to the tag, seemingly more confident in that aspect. So let me back at it once again. 3 tags already, and it might just be the 3rd tag win for coup d'etat. That will give them a 3-1 lead here.
Yep, if GC Busan Red did not find an answer for how to deal with coup d'etat, especially with Byung-Hyun Jun, you know, they're just gonna constantly lose tag, because after this we do have that single in set 5, but you know, coup d'etat is definitely not worried about singles anymore.
Yeah,
because they're pretty sure that every time a tag match comes out against GC Busan Red, I'm pretty sure in their head right now, yeah, we just do as we were doing, and we're just gonna take the win, take the point away from them.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yep. I mean, why would you? Because this guy wants GC Busan Red to win 4-2, but that's definitely not going to happen, because it just seems like this tag win is going to be eventual for what we've been seeing. Just now seems like the favorites over the coup d'etat when it comes to the tag matches. For singles, it's a little bit harder to tell, because I feel like Juno Han did very well against Youngwon Chang. Could see Sung Choi, even Yuntae-san doing a very good job in their own singles matchups, but in terms of tags, it has been a different story, and GC Busan Red has not looked that strong for the first 2 attempts they tried it.
Yeah, let's hope that, you know, GC Busan Red, we could just constantly talk about how they need to find an answer for Byung-Hyun Jun. And, you know, it's, to be honest, it's not only GC Busan Red. All the teams that lost to coup d'etat, they ended up unable to find the answer on how to deal with Byung-Hyun Jun, and they eventually lost, even though some of the teams kind of took maybe 1 set away from them, but that was all. So we'll see if GC Busan Red will kind of come on top and find the answer about how to defeat Byung-Hyun Jun.
It's incredible to see how this super rookie has made such an impact into this tournament so far. We're going to see if he can continue to do that. We're going to get out to game 4, the randoms turning the tag. See how GC Busan Red can handle coup d'etat on their 3rd attempt at it. Son back out again. Tries luck once again against Byung-Hyun Jun, but the first 2 attempts weren't that very good, but you know, 3rd time's a charm sometimes for other people, and so I'm sure you're going to be relying on that as he brings out the Shadow Gunslinger once again.
Yeah, but this time around, Bang and Jun out of his escape right off the bat. We'll see if Yuntasun will be able to capitalize on this.
Again, still playing aggressively though. Definitely not scared of him approaching Yuntasun.
Have that offensive interfere into the aerial. This is actually looking pretty good, but the defensive interfere coming in from Suwon Lee. Perfect timing. Well played.
Iron plating, minimizing that damage that can come through. That aerial. Very dangerous there, and Yuntasun trying to go for the offensive end with the help of his teammates, but did not happen for Bang and Jun. Still being relatively healthy.
Yep. In the meantime, we do get that time distortion going on for Bang and Jun's side. 2 interferes actually has been used on both sides, so it's pretty even up. But now he tags out Yuntasun, and Seongjin Choi comes in. Like I mentioned before we began, Seongjin Choi got poked down by Bang and Jun, and it's happening again.
I mean, we already got the first tag out by Yuntasun. It's going to be a bad news for G7 Red already. And when you have a gunslinger out, you're expected to stay out for that whole time, forcing out that first tag instead of using a tag point himself. But it seems like he's going to get the force tag just fine, and not going to be worried too much about Seongjin Choi's get forced into the action here.
Yeah, Bang and Jun definitely wants to do as much damage as he can before he gets tagged out. There we go, tag, and the chase happens.
2v2 reactionary. The limited damage coming in, both sides, and Young Chain up against Juno Han. Just means that Seongjin Choi did use a tag point to get out of there, so.
Kudeta has all of their tag points still intact. We'll see the leash does land.
Leash landing into the aerial. Get a few damage, but not gonna be the most threatening here.
Youngwon taking little bits of damage and into the aerial. This is not looking good.
Okay.
Oh, Yuntasun comes in for that offensive and just adds on to the leftover damage and finishes off Youngwon Che.
It was really not an interfere from Suwon Lee there. Could probably put the iron plating up. Now the wallbang happening for Seongjin Choi. Keep going here, not even gonna ask for a teammate to help out of it.
Yeah, Seongjin Choi is just giving back what he got before from Suwon Lee.
So Young and Jun for the interfere, but the iron plating is going to limit the damage coming in. And good job with Seongjin Choi. Not the damage early in. Make sure that damage is the same. Does not come to him. Yuntasun back out. Gunslinger once again.
Yeah, we'll see if Yuntasun will be able to poke down Suwon Lee. And as I say that, he doesn't want to get poked down. And he swaps out to Bang and Jun and right off the bat.
Yuntasun is going to go with the flame gunslinger.
Oh yes, he is at the flame. He's with the flame.
Young and Jun, flame to flame, mirror match here. It's very, very different in terms of how you can utilize your damage to make them maximize the output. Young and Jun, really the character in terms of bringing that out. Someone's going to have a hard time. This is what happens.
Oh,
Choi,
the unload!
Nothing you can do, and Seongjin Choi is trying to come in to help with the defense, but Son still takes most of that damage himself.
This was definitely an early 2v3. If G7 Red ends up somehow losing this match, this is just going to just stamp it and say Kudeta is just a better team overall.
It's hard against them. They've been beating a lot of good teams, and here once again, see what they can do. Juno Han is caught up and stunned.
All right, leech into the area, Suwon Lee! He might, but Bang and Jun's defensive interfere actually making it an offensive interfere, doing a lot of damage.
Very nice there. Young and Jun coming for the interfere. That was going to be the last one that he used, but 5 minutes, 30 seconds, trying to get the ultimate in. Obviously not going to happen, but this is going to be Juno Han taking the other way airline, but Suwon Lee gets destroyed. Seongjin Choi.
Seongjin Choi comes in. Jun, he has 1v3. At least 2 of the players on GC Red are pretty low on health. As long as he gets rid of Seongjin Choi, who does not have a tag point, he might have a chance to show us a 1v3 right here today.
Nobody really has a tag right now, but Juno Han does have that 2 interfere used for the utility purposes or add on to the CC that will be provided by Seongjin Choi. Provide the damage. But yeah, as you're saying, Young and Jun still going to be fighting against 3 members with no tag, and 2 of them with relatively low HP, and he has the possibility to do it. It would be quite crazy if he gets it done.
Oh, he ults, but the smash cancels. He does still have that escape. We'll see when Byung-Hyun. Oh, he actually counters that during the grab and doesn't need to use that escape. Chase doesn't happen.
Yeah, and it's gonna go for the pull in here. Backstep out of there. And Sung Choi taking a lot of damage early, all by himself, and Byung-Hyun literally showing what he can do alone with the gunslinger.
So vigilance used. Now Byung-Hyun, it's time for him to kind of go aggressive. There we go. Escape used, not going on cooldown because of that vigilance proc for 8 seconds. Byung-Hyun might actually get this. Will Junohan come in? Persistence used.
Okay, but the stun coming through it. That will probably be the end unless they can get an escape
There we
right
go.
here. He gets it right there. Another stun that comes in will mean the end for coup d'etat as
he has to finish him off. He has to finish him off.
Oh.
He does finish him off.
Okay, that's one down.
One down, 2 to
Oh,
go.
well, Yuta-san.
Yep. Yuta-san and Junohan comes in with that interfere and just finishes off Byung-Hyun, and he put up quite a fight right there for being a 1v3.
Byung-Hyun had to rely on himself rather than the two teammates there. They died out right before he did, and Sung Choi, although he was defeated by Byung-Hyun in that instance, Byung-Hyun feeling a lot more disappointment in the terms of, I think he did all right, but I think his teammates couldn't supplement the pieces needed to get that win. So when they looked really strong on tag and now lost to set 4, going over to lots more singles now. How does coup d'etat feel thinking that there's going to be still a lot of games to play for?
Yeah, they have. Coup d'etat definitely has to do what GC Busan Red did here. They lost the 2 tag matches and they just won 1 single. And in set 4 in the random roulette, they ended up winning in tag, telling coup d'etat, you know, you're not gonna get all the tag matches. So now coup d'etat has to tell GC Busan Red in set 5 in singles that, you know, you guys aren't getting all the singles either, and coup d'etat has to come on top in set 5. If not, this momentum that GC Busan is slowly picking up is going to end up giving GC Busan Red the victory of the series.
Now we know the heavy favorites were GC Busan Red, but coup d'etat with Byung-Hyun performing so well and a little bit better than we expected, and got to this even point line. 2v2. Now we're going to see this progress on here, see if the rest of the games will bring us good and really bring, once again, close matchup, back and forth here.
Yep, so we are evenly matched like Joe said, 2-2, so we'll see at least 2 more matches. So we'll go at least to set 6, unless, you know, they decide to go 1-for-1 again, and we'll go to set 7, which will be singles. But, you know, like I said before, coup d'etat, they have to win set 5 to tell GC Busan Red that they aren't going to get all the singles, because they took away coup d'etat's strong suit, the tag match, and, you know, now coup d'etat losing out set 4 being tag, they have to take back set 5 in order to stay in the game and keep that momentum, or cut off the momentum rather, from GC Busan Red.
So this first time we're having this set 7 situation will be singles, tag, and singles if needed to finish our series off. And who's going to come out for single? That's going to be a really interesting thing. Is Byung-Hyun on a good form today? Will he make an appearance? So he will come out, and that's going to be on the KFM.
Yes.
Yuta-san back on the assassin, seeming like that's the one he wants to go with.
Yeah, and if you remember, we talk about how Yunta-san, he always plays the assassin and he kind of screws it up. And during the interviews on the next matches, he's like, okay, I'm not going to play the assassin. I think we've heard him say that at least 3 times last season, or last year rather, and he's back with the assassin.
See if they can screw up once again, but I think he's going to be ready to do a lot better this time. But Yuta-san, how ready is he on the assassin? I was going to see Byung-Hyun not on the gunslinger, but trying to go to the KFM, because it's right now the important game where both teams are tied up, and each team can get a lead right here that would help them tremendously as they move on to game number 6. So 1 more tag remaining and 2 more singles, including this one. Gonna be the one they have to face now.
Yep, we'll have to see if Yuta-san, like I said, if he won't screw up, and, you know, he might have to kind of put down Byung-Hyun in his KFM, because Byung-Hyun's KFM has been on a winning streak.
We're gonna see what happens in this game here. The singles between Yuta-san and Byung-Hyun right on the way. about Byung-Jun, his former main being a KFM, feels like it's just a more viable option than it is the Gunslinger.
We could call his main KFM, but you know he hasn't played the KFM in tournament except for this season, and you know he only has that experience. Ooh, but Yunta-san going crazy on that combo. Byung-Jun saving his escape, but as I was saying, only Gunslinger for Byung-Jun is known, and
I didn't even say anything.
I know.
But that's how fast this game ended. I was gonna continue on from your point, but I said 0 words in terms of you finishing off your point, and very good. And Yunta-san doesn't need much speaking there. And oh man, Byung-Jun looks shocked there. And another singles loss, and the attack leading on to it and see what he can do there.
That was so quick. I wanted to finish my point, and in the middle, I cut myself off to, you know, talk about how Yunta-san was going all out. And I went back to my point, and as I was going back to my point,
He didn't even use his escape.
Yeah.
He didn't even use
Yeah,
his
he
escape.
didn't have it, yeah.
Byung-Jun, he was really going for kind of a redemption story there, because I think losing at that attack kind of lost out their momentum, and that momentum will be now continuing on to GC7 Red, who's now looking a lot stronger, and they could finish their game off in this tag match if they can get this job done once again.
That game just kind of it's so fast, and it's so unfortunate that we didn't get to talk about what happened to finish so fast. I'm kind of sweating because, you know, I feel bad for Byung-Jun. I was saying that his KFM needs to be stopped, and it literally just got stopped before it even started.
Jeez. So what that means, Yunta-san definitely now ready at the assassin. He can bring that out anytime he wants on that 1v1 from here on, and definitely will not blame him for it. And looking very good against Byung-Jun, who's been kind of mixed results in terms of playing the KFM on the singles. He's got now more losses than he got wins, so let's see what that means for whether he's going to bring out the Gunslinger in the next matches to come. But there might not be a next match when you're talking about him trying to do so well to get to the next rounds of things, trying to see if he can play well in the losers bracket. But I think he just wants to get to the winners bracket right now, and that will require him and his teammates to win out this Game 6 in this tag match.
Yep, and you know, if Kureta cannot come out on top in singles in set 5, their momentum is definitely broken off, and it's shifted towards GC Busan Red, winning 2 games in a row, singles and tag. So they definitely have this the confidence and the adrenaline rush going through them right now. Set 6 could be potentially the last match if GC Busan Red comes on top once again.
Seemed like GC Busan Red was struggling on the tag department, but doing a lot better in that Game 4. See if they can do it again. It's going to be the question here, because you said ending. One more game, and that could be the end for Coup d'etat in this form here. They would drop down to the losers bracket. Let's see what happens there. GC Red can get themselves into the winners bracket by winning at this tag match. We're going to find out in this game number 6. Definitely the fans are ready for this one, and Yunta-san and Byung-Jun starting us off once again. Gunslingers on both sides.
Alright, Yunta-san comes out with the shadow once again. He has been swapping back and forth, but mostly on shadow.
Byung-Jun still on the fire, if I can confirm for myself.
Definitely on the flame.
Okay.
And he's taking a lot of damage this time around.
He's going to get caught by the Warlock there, and the shackles, and does have Suwon need to come in for that interfere to provide the iron plating.
Yunta-san, it feels like Yunta-san has been on the backside, but now he's slowly figuring out Byung-Jun and the way he plays, and you can tell just by the way the health bar looks right now, and the way what happened in set 4 with GC Busan Red coming out on top as tag.
Yunta-san taking some damage there from Byung-Jun, helping with that assist. Teammate force out the tag already. Sung Choi now out on the field.
Yeah, but now it just seems as if Yunta-san, he's not scared to tag out. He's just kind of not gonna be greedy because he knows the way Byung-Jun plays, and they know Byung-Jun's gonna wait out for that force tag. So they're gonna try to make a play before that happens. We'll see if that'll connect.
Trying to create a better matchup for their teammates here, and Sung Choi has done pretty well against Byung-Jun. Of course, took the poke damage from the distance. That's going to be fine, but overall, he survived and has bought enough time for his teammates to put in the efforts there. And Byung-Jun, once again, caught by 1 CC. Could mean the go time for his teammates to put out the damage.
All right, the force tag will happen. Suan Lee will be coming in. There we go. The escape used right away.
Very nice there.
Ooh,
Byung-Jun
but the counter!
on that tag. And you talk about the interfere coming from that offensively. Byung-Jun, as soon as he put him up in the air with the destroyer, and there's a lot of damage coming for Sung Choi, and he has to forcibly tag out towards Juno Hanyu.
You can definitely feel how Sung Choi was reacting there. He was pressing the tag key right away. Oh, Junohan!
Once again, having a hard time, but Young Che takes some damage himself as well.
All right, they both traded their escapes. Junohan's will come back earlier, but they both use time distortion.
Let's see how the damage trade will happen. Che trying to strike back here. The familiar is still alive for him. See, Sung Choi having a hard time, and he's going to go down off the interfere. So he was just trying to help out his teammate, but Juno is going down as well. Yuntason, the last man standing. This time he has to do a 1v3 with that gunslinger, but you know how hard this can be, but trying to do all he can, just trying to auto the damage. That right click in the area, but other than that, Yuntason has a lot of assignments, lots of tasks in the head from in front of him, and Suan Lee is going to be one of those tasks right here, but can he do it though?
Let's see if Yuntason could pull off a 1v3, and you know, last time around when we were talking about how Byung-Jun, if he could pull off a 1v3, the opponents were pretty low on health, but this time around, coup d'etat, they're all pretty healthy, so if by any chance Yuntason does a 1v3, it's going down in the history books of Blade and Soul, but unfortunately, Yuntason seems as if he cannot do that 1v3.
Yeah, he's going to just get pinned to the wall there, Byung-Jun just putting him out and be able to finish him off, and another tag win now. Coup d'etat, and wow, this is going to be going to the edges here as we're going to go into the game number 7. One last single to see which of these two teams will make it to the winner's bracket. I honestly didn't think anything that this was going to be a lot closer than what it is now. Of course, we thought that GC Busan Red would be the heavy favorites, but Byung-Jun, you know, he's had some moments where he struggled against some key players in the team of GC Busan Red, but overall, his tag contribution has been really great, and now we're going to see them lead up to game number 7 to decide it for all.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, it is tied up, and I mentioned before that both of these two teams had the same record coming up through their group stages. So you know, I kind of expected that this might have gone to set 7, and it actually is going to set 7. And if you notice what happened there just now, oh, that was amazing. The stun and the tag out, and Byung-Jun tags out and then interferes right back in because he trusts and he knows that Suan Lee, the destroyer that tags into the field, is going to aerial and comes in, and you know, the teamwork, the communication, it was just amazing right there for Team Coup d'etat.
Really good stuff there, and Coup d'etat talking about them being basically a rookie team with 3 new teammates, and just kind of figuring things out very well, and it's kind of more impressive to me that they're better at tag than they are at singles. Just goes to show us that they've been at practice really, really hard there and trying to figure out their chemistry, figure out the synergy, make sure they win most of the tags out, and they have done that throughout all the season, and what they can do. Game 7 underway. Seems like Junohan has his hands on the keyboard. See who's going to be his opponent though.
Yeah, we'll see. Junohan definitely did perform well, and you know, just so you guys know,
Gunslinger.
he's actually coming out with the Gunslinger this time around instead of the KFM.
No more trolling around, no more KFMs for that solo. Byung-Jun, he's ready to take this game hand in hand. If he can beat the Warlock of Junohan in a 1v1, you have definitely proved yourself as Byung-Jun, and I really see if he can do that, because this will be the last game to decide it all. Coup d'etat, GC Busan Red, it is up to just one game. This one last singles with this Warlock and the Gunslinger. See who's going to take the lead and who's going to take the win over the series to get to the winner's bracket. Let's get into the match.
Ooh, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be good.
This is a time of test for Byung-Jun. If he can defeat Junohan in a Warlock, as I say that, will prove so much for this guy, but you know how difficult it is to defeat Junohan in a 1v1. This guy has been a legend, literally the original champion of 1v1 battles for Junohan.
Oh, he's just poking down, bursting down that
Familiar.
thrall right there, yeah.
Be gone within a minute here, and that's going to be the familiar gone now. Junohan's going to be vulnerable to take all the damage in the world, and how he's going to protect himself from Byung-Jun here.
We'll have to see. Byung-Jun still has 15 seconds left on his escape to come back. The thrall is out into the area. There we go. Right click, right click.
Running game to the area. That's
half health.
70% health just like that. Oh, and more damage, and Byung-Jun gets the victory. There you go. That's the way to do it. You don't need to wait for your escapes to come back. Just go for the damage.
Yep, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. And you know, it surprised me to see Junohan go down so, you know, without being able to do anything. I'm like speechless right now. And it was great for Byung-Jun to burst down the thrall. And if you remember, that thrall had more than 50% of his timer left. But Byung-Jun just ignoring Junohan, putting on the paper and just burst down the thrall and slowly just gets rid of that escape. And you know, not having the thrall out, unable to do the body swap, Byung-Jun just goes all out burst damage and just finishes off Junohan.
And with that, GC% Red find themselves in the losers bracket of the semifinals, and they're going to face out whoever the next loser is going to be. But wow, GC% Red seeming like they were the favorites in this tournament with such a strong roster. But we keep learning again and again that the roster on paper, the power level on the paper, doesn't really mean everything here ending in. Byung-Jun, I mean, this one guy has been a huge surprise ever since he made his debut in the Clan Wars a couple of months ago, and he's back in the Pro Tours, and he's just ready to kind of take this on and really see what he can do. And what a great player he is.
Yeah, I know, and you know, going all to set 7 and coming out on top in singles after losing all of their single matches except for this set 7. You know, I'm pretty sure Coup d'etat is very, very happy they came out on top in tags, and in the end they come out on top in singles.
And with Coup d'etat now going to the winner's bracket, we're going to get a short break until we're back for the next series to find out who the next winner is going to be.
반대로 이때 뚫리면 김현우가 단숨에 킬 잡아낼 수 있고 링검사 활용하기잖아요. 링검사 활용. 이거 바로 끝낼 수 있죠. 탁탁탁탁탁. 거의 끝났어요. 올리면서 마무리. 우와. 없는 거 알고 들어갑니다. 그리고 말벌 쏟아붓고요. 아니 이상은 굉장히 날카롭네요. 빠른 전개가 지금 해외 스타일이에요 이거. 공중 뜯고요. 또 뜨면 말벌 날아다니죠. 말벌 뜨면 우르르. 아니 경기 이게 헷갈려. 죄송합니다. 이상우 선수. 그렇죠. 이상우 선수 호박이 너무 아깝고 경기가 전혀 예상이 안 돼요. 인터뷰에서 물론 저희 팀 경기가 예상이 안 되실 겁니다. 얘기했지만 그래도 끌려왔어요. 이제 공이 풀렸나요? 이현규 꽂혔어요. 오른쪽 공에. 자, 회전배기로 정확히 치고 쫓아갑니다. 튕기기. 왜 이렇게 튕기기 많이 나오죠 이번 경기? 와, 이재준 키절. 이재준이 맞나요? 마무리. 자, 일단 밀어내면서 자 타기 다 들어오죠. 이런 리얼도 아시니까
컷이 넘어갑니다 이거.
암살자 탈출기도 금방 돌아오기 때문에 무리하지 않고 둔주에 좀 사용합니다.
네. 재방전도 지금은 죽는 타이밍은 아니라 좀 더 본격적으로 하고 싶은데.
그렇긴 한데 탈출기를 좀 뻔한 타이밍에 급히 쓸 수밖에 없다라는 게 결국은 약점이에요. 마음 급하죠, 마음 급하죠.
한 번만
도끼질!
써라.
마지막
막으로. 일부러 버텨요.
네,
일부러
이제
버텨요.
탈출기 고려해야죠.
네.
이제 쓰죠, 이제 쓰죠.
이제 걸리면 박진유도 한 방입니다.
오히려 암살자가 지금 탈출기가 없고 역사가
네.
하나 남아있기 때문에
그렇죠.
지금 시간이 벌지 않아요?
사실은 둔주가 한 10여 초 정도 남아서 저도 개인적으로는 근데 구석으로 구석으로 났어요. 둔주 못 갔어요. 둔주
맞짱 대결입니다. 네. 태그는 핑계거리가 있는데 이건 없어요.
엄청 떨립니다 저는
네.
개인적으로.
피해량을 노리면서 야금야금 포인트 벌고 빠지는 암살자가
네.
끝까지 침착하게 하느냐 아니면 그 와중에도 최소한으로 피해를 줄이면서 역사가 같이 따라붙느냐 이 싸움이거든요.
네.
기본적으로 말씀해주신 대로 암살이 좋아요. 상성상으로는. 그런데 현역으로 얼마나 또 오래 뛰고 있었느냐의 차이는 분명히 있고요.
저.
우와. 전에 데미지 넣어놓고
네.
이거 이건 좀
공격의
맞죠?
주도권을 쥐고 있는 암살자를 상대로 과연 얼마나 할 수 있을지.
하나 써. 오 이거 데미지 들어가요. 이거 데미지 들어가요. 이거 데미지 들어가요. 이거 데미지 들어가요.
포인트 충분히 벌었으니까
네.
이제는 암살자가 훨씬 마음이 편하죠.
아 이거 진짜 자존심 싸움인데 큰일 났습니다. 부산 동갑내기 친구들 간의 대결이거든요 이거.
네, 아내님 슬래경이 침착치 않다. 침착치 않다.
들어갑니다 지금.
야, 왜 이러나? 왜 이러노?
시나리오를
네.
시나리오를 비교해도 아시니까 컷이 넘어갑니다 이거.
암살자 탈출기도 금방 돌아오기 때문에
네.
무리하지 않고 둔주에 좀 사용합니다.
네. 재방전도 지금은 죽는 타이밍은 아니라 좀 더 본격적으로 하고 싶은데.
그렇긴 한데 탈출기를 좀 뻔한 타이밍에 급히 쓸 수밖에 없다라는 게 결국은 약점이에요. 마음 급하죠, 마음 급하죠.
한 번만
도끼질!
써라.
마지막 막으로
일부러 버텨요. 네, 일부러
이제
버텨요.
탈출기 고려해야죠.
네.
이제 쓰죠, 이제 쓰죠.
이제 걸리면 박진유도 한 방입니다.
오히려 암살자가 지금 탈출기가 없고 역사가
네.
하나 남아있기 때문에
그렇죠.
지금 시간이 벌지 않아요?
사실은 둔주가 한 10여 초 정도 남아서 저도 개인적으로는 근데 구석으로 구석으로 났어요. 둔주 못 갔어요. 둔주 없어요.
끝까지 침착하게 따라붙으죠. 얼마나 기쁘면.
이상훈 선수는 띄우던가 바닥이던가 거미줄로 한번 묶어놓는 게 가장 좋기는 한데
이제는 있긴 있는데
네.
번개배기까지는 허용을 해야 됩니다.
꼭 빠져야죠. 맞고
생명력
기절.
많이 잃었어요.
네. 둔주 꼽아야 돼요. 겨우 꼽았어요.
간신히 살긴 했는데 이거
너무
어떻겠는데요?
아픈데요. 와. 비연까지. 그리고 둔주 다 썼죠. 또 끝났습니다.
아, 네.
진짜 김변호 선수
김변호가-
집요하게 잘 달렸네요.
네.
are back again for another series of Blade and Soul, getting ready for you guys, and you'll see the other side of the table now. As we saw GC Red tournament favorites losing out to Coup d'etat, the rookie team, and now we're gonna see, Coup d'etat just waiting for one of these two teams to come up as the next winner, just to face them all in the winners bracket.
Yep, and on screen we do have Anarchy. The previous G touring, none of the members have changed. Just the team name have changed. It feels like, they want to kind of get a new start and get rid of their old team name. And they've actually been doing pretty well for them being up here as the winners from their groups. And, they're going to be facing off against IDEPS. And once again, Anarchy and IDEPS, they both have the same score. They're both 6-2. So, the previous matchup with Coup d'etat and GC Busan Red, they were both 6-1, and now we have the 6-2 teams going up against each other.
Interesting to see how they do. Haven't seen many games from these guys because they just kind of swept through the competition, beating out Coup d'etat very, very early in a very close matchup, the first round, and beating off Yang Yang relatively easy there, and little to make up what they really represent in terms of their true skill level. Gonna get a good side of that once we see them go up against IDEPS here.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because IDEPS is definitely, you see the roster here. This is also another team that could be the best team in Korea, since GC Busan Red lost and GC Busan Blue is already knocked out of the tournament. GC Busan Red, for those of you who are their fans, they are not knocked out. They're just in the losers bracket once again. They do have another chance to go up at least into the finals. So, just for GC Busan Red fans, just wait it out a little bit and let's enjoy this matchup.
Gonna be looking at IDEPS. Very strong roster here. Daeyoung Choi on the assassin, Hyunga Kim had to give up the assassin role for the destroyer role for this tag match, and Shinga Kim is gonna be on the usual warlock here. So very, very classic competition. We've seen this competition work out many, many times before, and they can make it work once again because IDEPS, they haven't looked good on the first round, losing out to exactly the other team, but they're doing this very, very good now. Looking very good for the past couple of days, and seems like they could be on the favorites chart in terms of their matchup against Anarchy.
Yep, and as we see here, we see Shinga Kim on the Soul Fighter.
Okay.
And, I don't know if it's good news or bad news for you guys, but...
what? Right. Daeyoung Choi on the Warlock and the Blade Dancer for Hyunga Kim. What is this all about? This is not an image bug, right?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they're not going to make such a major mistake here. However, that just made me speechless once again. I was actually going to talk about how both of the teams do not have a gunslinger coming out in tag. But now Shinga Kim on the Soul Fighter is understandable, but Daeyoung Choi
on the Warlock.
on the Warlock. And Hyungyu, wasn't he on the Blade Dancer?
He was on the Blade Dancer.
So all three of these players are not on their main for their tag.
Wow.
Shinga Kim, yeah, he definitely has super experience on the Soul Fighter because he's already kind of won the Worlds a couple years ago with the Soul Fighter. But Daeyoung Choi
on the Warlock.
Hyungyu Kim, him being on the Destroyer was already a shock for us because his main was Assassin, but unfortunately Daeyoung Choi is there, who is a better Assassin, so he went on the Destroyer. But now he went one step further to come out with the Blade Dancer.
Absolutely just interesting and really seeing what this means for IDEPS, and if they can make this competition work out. I don't think we've even seen this kind of competition before. We talked about Blade Dancer, Warlock, and a Soul Fighter?
We've seen a Warlock and a Blade Dancer in one team a couple of times, but not with the Soul Fighter.
Yeah.
So this is definitely something new. Even we couldn't even it was very unexpected for us, and we usually talk to some of the players in the back while we have some time off or during the breaks, and we get some tips on some of the surprises that we can expect and kind of lead you guys on. But this is just a big, humongous surprise for us as well.
I don't know what to make out of it. I gotta see it myself, and I don't know if Daeyoung Choi is going to come out first in the Warlock, because that seems like a very good starter class when compared to the other two. Really interesting stuff ending, and we're going to see what this Game 1 brings to us. That will tell us a better aspect of what we can expect out of the entire series here. But this best of 7 begins with Game 1 on the tag match between Anarchy and IDEPS on the Game 1. See what happens on this first game. Okay, Shingen Kim's gonna be out first on the Soul Fighter.
Yep.
Kenwin Park on the KFM. I mean, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the other two now. Dan Choi and Hyungi Kim, Warlock and Blade Dancer.
I want to see them perform, and I want to, you know, it's bad to say, but I want to see them kind of screw up because they're on a different class that they're not used to. We'll see if Shingen Kim, you know, is able to kind of carry on the leading role.
I mean, do they even need to come out? Because it seems like Kenwin Park's already getting deep point hard here. And now 2v2 reaction here. Look at Dan Choi using that time distortion on the Warlock. Good job, man. You know how to use that.
Yes, that was perfect, and you know, I'm pretty sure Shingen Kim's like, all right, Daeyoung, just use the time distortion, and when you get tagged in, just tag back out. I bet you that Shingen Kim told
Yeah,
him.
Dan Choi, the time distortion bot right there, and my goodness, that's what we saw out of the first time we saw from Dan Choi on the Warlock.
Yep.
Very impressive stuff. Interfere to use time and distortion. Good job.
Yep, that was Daeyoung Choi's first appearance as the Warlock in the tournament, and now we have to wait for Hyungi Kim's Blade Dance to probably come out for a lightning draw or something.
Oh man, we're just trolling here, but this is it's just absolutely hilarious as to see brand new class come from these two players. But talking about the defensive interfere coming in, the Blade Dancer trying to put the lightning draw in, but doesn't lead to too much damage there. And
we see Hyungi Kim come out and basically do nothing and just scratch the paper that Woo Bin Cha was holding up and goes back in.
So Woo-chan, I should say, is back out on the field. Have to use that attack to get in. Dan Choi is going to take a damage. Is he going to die up before he does anything? Damn. You got to do something before you go out.
Hey, tag. Damn, you've been on the field enough, long enough. That was long enough.
The tag button is the same for every class, Daeyoung. You can do it. Well, he's just going to go back and try to wipe out the Familiar before he does anything. But Dan Choi, man, I think he just should have played the Assassin. Just my opinion on things.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you on that. And there we go. The counterplay lands.
Oh my goodness.
Defensive interference comes in. The two new class players here on the field for a moment there.
Enjoy on the Warlock mirror match. Once again, a time distortion. Good job, Daeyoung. It was once again.
This time around, Shingen Kim comes in for that interfere.
Okay, see what he does though. How long is he going to stay out here? Because he does have the escape if he wants to use it. The Sanctum being put down by Woo Bin Cha. Dan Choi goes down. Daeyoung, literally, he did nothing before he went down. He just used time distortion for the entire game. That's all he did. Oh, look at though. Hyungi Kim using a lightning draw on the Familiar. Very nicely done there.
Oh!
Okay,
the Windstorm combo with Shingen Kim coming in. There we go.
Putting him up in the air. Another lightning draw from the other side from Hyungi Kim.
All right, Woo Bin Cha took a lot of damage, and you know, Hyungi Kim is definitely doing better than Daeyoung Choi. And we're talking about these two because they came out with their non-main class, or not even their secondary main. So, Shingen Kim comes back out.
Basically, the two assassin mains decide to play everything but the assassin on this occasion. Shingen Kim gonna get him up in the air. Some damage onto Kenwin Park. Has to use a tag out to get him out of there. Very nice chase. As soon as he comes in, Hyungi Kim having a hard time already. That was started.
Good.
I have to use an escape right away as soon as he comes in. So tab is now gone for Hyungi Kim.
You know, Shingen Kim is always, I always trust and that he's gonna bring us excitement whatever class he plays. Even though when it was Warlock Mirror, he always goes on the initiative, makes something happen. And this time around with the Soul Fighter, he's making it happen.
Kim up in the air. Damage. Hyungi Kim trying to come in. The lightning draw happens, and that's a lot more damage, more than he wanted to take there. And finally uses escape, but Shingen Kim on the counter damage here, but found the defensive interfere. Kenwin Park on that KFM.
Let's see if Shingen Kim will be able to kind of endure this, and they have to get at least one kill before, if they want to have a chance of, you know, winning this for IDAPS here.
Hyungi Kim coming for the interfere, does nothing. Let's get down.
There we go.
Once again on the stun. Shingen Kim very, very dangerous in this situation.
Well, lightning draw is coming, but cheat. Yep, there we go.
Okay, and can still be standing on that lightning draw, taking a lot more damage. Woo Bin Cha's gonna be back out on the field with the Warlock in. Let's go up against the Shingen Kim once again.
Time escape is used. And tags out. Hyungi Kim is out. Hyungi Kim is, it makes sense that he's out. He has that one tag point left, so if he's in danger, he could always tag back out to Shingen Kim. We'll see if he could make anything out of this before he tags out.
He's on full health, so he's going to be fine for the time being, but if the game keeps on going like this, then I feel like Anarchy has put up more damage in the end. Probably win them in the TKO, but let's see if the two players, Kim and Shingen can get some crucial KOs that will change the time of this game.
Whoa, Hyung Kim making his move.
See the defense
comes in.
Yeah, the interfere comes in on both sides. In the 2v2 reactionary.
Not too much happened for either side. Hyung Kim making his move.
But we really need
Ult.
something to happen here. And,
Oh, he lands the ult!
How did he land that ult? He was just like standalone ult there. He wasn't even a combo.
Whoopin'.
Uh-oh.
Whoopin'.
I mean, literally, he was just standing still.
He
and
didn't even CC him.
and he didn't do anything. He was just standing there and he clicked the ult button. That's all he did.
Oh!
Even the ultimate connecting machine came again, and my goodness, this is turning the tide of the game. And Kelvin Park, are they really going to lose to this composition? Dang, Choi didn't even play. He didn't even play.
Oh, but this time Kelvin Park answers with his ult.
Oh my god, this is a game of ultimates right now. Everyone connecting their ultimates, as we see from time and time again. Hyung Kim make something work out here. Once again, very nicely done. Lots of damage coming in. Hyung Kim very formidable on the blade desert, but he's now beat.
No escape. You know, unlimited CCs from the KFM coming in, and Kelvin Park is not gonna stop.
Okay, we're gonna see this happen once again. Kevin Park very, very close to KO now. Kim trying to fight back here. Trying to get the fan and grip on. Does get the escape from Kevin Park.
Hyung Kim definitely has to make something out of it within
the
next 10 seconds.
Very
He has to
nicely
finish
done.
it off.
This might be good enough to get that one more area.
does.
That's gonna be the last bit of damage and a double area to secure everything. Hyung Kim, the security. Talking about him on the blade dancer has been very, very good. And oh man, this is a game of ultimate. Dang Choi's not happy because he didn't get to play.
So he's just like, okay. And you saw how happy Hyung Kim was. They're on the same team, guys.
Yeah.
So all of them should be happy because they won with this class change and this weird composition. But
They
you know,
won! That's
like-
not supposed to happen! Dang Choi didn't. That was basically
Yeah.
3v2 the entire
Yeah.
game.
And hence Daeyoung Choi's expression there. Even though they won, Daeyoung Choi was just like, okay, we won. Good, great. I didn't even play. But for Anarchy's side, G-Touring, the previous G-Touring, all of the same members has been together for the past 4 years. They haven't had a single player swap. So I don't know, because you know, as a team of 3 that stayed together for the past 4 years and you know participated in the Blade and Soul tournament every year, losing to this composition,
Oh my.
like it just speaks for itself.
Anarchy, I mean, once they were known as G2, that was just literally a standalone ult. There was no combo based on it. It was a standing still, use a blade dance ult, and you just literally wipe someone 100-0.
Yeah, it was just.
Oh, Hyung Kim, he's such a troll on that one. It's like making your opponents look bad.
And the alt right there.
Oh, that's a
And
combo.
the-
Actually,
yeah,
we can agree with that. Shingen Kim made that ultimate work out, and even that KFM ult, very beautiful there. Now, those are good ultimate. Hyung Kim, he's been trolling all game. He just clicks the ultimate button and expects someone to die out, and they do.
Yeah, I know. You know,
Literally PvE there.
it's so unexpected that maybe Wu Cha didn't think, is it really ulting? I'm pretty. While he was thinking that, he died.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Are you really gonna ult? Was probably the question he was
Yeah.
asking. I was like, yes, I am, and I killed you. That's what happened. Blade Dancer can be very strong if something like that happens. We know it can have a lot of damage, but the damage doesn't come out usually because kind of the situations are relatively easier to avoid. But let's get done with game 1. It's all over with. Game 2 underway. And come on, Shingeki, what are you doing, assassin?
Shingyam.
Shingyam!
SKK.
Come
What are you
on.
doing?
He's not even
Oh
playing
my.
seriously now. He just like wants to troll the other team and tries to get their wins in the most embarrassing of fashions. Then Shingeki on the assassin, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Shingeki is on the assassin.
Look at him.
He's having a good time.
Yeah, he definitely is. And you know, let's see what happens.
Let's save our words ending. Let's
Yeah.
save our words and leave it to the action for what Shinga-Kim can do on the Assassin as we get on to game 2 for the singles against Wubin-Cha on the Blade Master. We're going to find out what happens in this game number 2. I hate to say this, but Shinga-Kim is on Assassin.
Yep, he is. No, I maybe the picture was wrong. Maybe it was David Choi.
Oh, he's definitely on the Assassin.
But we'll have to see how he does. There we go with the Bombard Assassin. It's the aerial. Probably get webbed. Oh, he's not even gonna wait for it. He's just gonna go all in.
Oh my
And the
goodness.
escape does not get the knockback onto Shinga-Kim.
Shinga? Are you serious? Okay, he does very well to get all the escapes out from the Blade Master.
I think this match, both, well, especially Idep, they're for the audience. This is for the audience. You know, we've been seeing the similar composition.
Oh, bombard in midair! Are you serious? Shinga-Kim, why don't you just go main assassin from here on?
He's not even giving
Oh
Wubin-Cha
my goodness!
anytime.
Wubin-Cha's gonna be destroyed, manhandling Shinga-Kim. Holy cow! What?
Look at Hyungwoo Kim kind of, you know, tapping his head in the back saying good job.
Items has 3 assassins on the team. They basically have Daeyeon Choi, the current best assassin in the world. They have Hyungwoo Kim, a very nice assassin. And Shinga-Kim, supposedly better than the other 2. What is happening here, ending? What the heck?
I don't even know. I don't even know anymore, you know.
We don't know anymore.
You know,
I mean, we
you
give
know,
up.
the way I want to think of this is, you know, IDEPS kind of felt that all the audiences kind of felt bored by the similar compositions and the similar
Sure.
classes that's coming out. So they wanted to switch it up for us to enjoy. But, you know, it's kind of got me scared in the beginning thinking, yo, IDEPS, if they come out like this, if they play this class, if they come out with this composition, they might lose. And this is an important match to win today to go up into the winner's bracket. And, you know, that worry is just all gone now.
Shinga-Kim having a time of his life right now. You see the smiles coming through, and I mean, who's the one to feel bad about that? I think this is going to be Hyungwoo Kim and Daeyeon Choi. They might lose their assassin spot from here on for IDEPS. Shinga-Kim, wow, what a performance on that assassin. I mean, he doesn't show it to us, but he literally can play every single class available in Blade and Soul.
Yeah, and you know, why do I have a bad feeling that this next tag match we're gonna get a new composition?
Oh, come on,
from
don't say that.
I have a bad or a good. It could be a good feeling.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
so Shinga-Kim is now on the destroyer.
Why is Daeyeon Choi still on the Warlock? He's so bad. Come on.
And we have Hyungwoo Kim on the
Oh
Gunslinger. No,
my
we've
goodness.
seen
Yeah, we've seen him
Hyungwoo
on
Kim,
Gunslinger, yes.
in solos.
Yes.
In solos, he came out and he actually got the win. So okay on Hyungwoo Kim's Gunslinger, and he did okay with the Blade Dancer as well, picking up that alt kill and the last kill. But Daeyeon Choi, like you said, that's definitely very, very questionable. And anybody who wants to agree, you know, yes, we agree with you when you question Daeyeon Choi's Warlock coming out twice in a row. Let's hope that he does something more than two-time distortions.
Sure. I mean, he's got to do something more than 2-time distortion before he dies
Yeah.
out. There's a little more to a Warlock just in time distortion. Daeyeon Choi, I'm sure he knows that.
Yeah, there's a leash, there's a tether blade. You
Oh,
know,
yeah?
There's a lot of other things.
Woo!
We have the whole buzz coming
the
in,
whole buzz.
But we've only seen Daeyeon Choi's time distortion. Maybe he was saving it for this round.
Hey, you know what? I'm just ready for that. Shinga-Kim on the Destroyer, just not forget that as well.
Oh.
He's done very well on the Destroyer. I saw that in tag match in a couple of days ago. But now he's done fine with that. But Daeyeon Choi on the Warlock is the biggest question now. Is he actually good? We're gonna find out.
He's good at using the time distortion for
Oh,
sure.
it's great.
Yeah.
Gonna get onto the game. We're not gonna waste any time. Just get onto the tag match to see if another composition, brand new from IDEPS, is gonna work again against Anarchy. We're gonna find out in this next tag match. We have it here, ladies and gentlemen. Daeyeon Choi starting as the Warlock. Man, he's not even gonna allow Hyungwoo Kim to start. He just needs to make a point right here.
Yeah. He definitely wants to use at least 3-time distortion this time before he dies. So he wants to come out, use his escape. There we go. He used body stop already.
Okay.
tab escape incoming very soon, and then time distortion into a tag out.
Yeah, you know the strat. You know the strat's ending. That's the strat to losing right there.
There we go.
Troy.
CC.
Oh, you forgot the backflip.
Oh, okay.
Back roll.
Back roll.
Yeah, you forgot that part. Yeah, Troy. Probably a tab incoming soon.
He's just constantly getting pushed back by
As he puts 3 HP damage onto his opponent so far. Dan Troy still has done nothing. Onto a stun.
There we go.
That's
Tab
escape.
escape.
This is the strat right here.
He was supposed to use his time distortion now, but the thrall actually went in because the time ran out. So he might just. Okay, there we go. The thrall.
Okay, so now he's gonna use the time disturb probably.
Yeah.
Then he's probably gonna tag out.
He should use it and get the escape back and fight once again, and
Hey.
then tag out. But
Hey.
we'll see.
Hey, Andy, he survived for 1 minute. Dan Choi survived for 1 minute. He has accomplished something.
Yeah, he's definitely going for that force tag now. And Kyungmin Park, he knows that Daeon Choi's out of all his escapes. He should have made his move earlier.
Oh, tag out.
All right.
I can't believe you're exactly right. You literally predicted every single thing that Dan Choi was gonna do bad. Oh my word. Kyung Kim is out on the gunslinger. Trying to see what he can do against the KFM of Kyungmin Park. He's just gonna wait for the 10 seconds to see what he can do before he forces tags out and gets a safe attack point for himself.
And Hyunga Kim is on the flame. We'll see if he is going to actually get close to him to get that chase, but no chase incoming.
Okay, so the free tag now coming over. Woo-Bin Cha's gonna be back out on the field. Warlock versus Gunslinger here, and Hyunga Kim. He's done well on the blade
coming
dancer
in.
go. Yeah.
With that interference, doing a lot of damage to the thrall. You see the health bar lower than the timer, and that's not good.
Okay, the roll is now out, and Woo-Bin Cha vulnerable for the time being, but see the damage coming in. Damn choice. Dead.
Oh,
No!
come on!
Damn Choi, he's dead! He's already dead. Don't kill him twice.
Well, he did use one tag, one interfere this time.
Did he even use a time distortion?
No, he didn't.
Oh my goodness.
He did.
He didn't even fulfill his
Yeah, duty.
primary objective to do a time distortion.
Yeah.
That's his only job.
That was his only job, and he actually used one interfere to come out just that.
Dan, please do not play the Warlock from here on, please. That's what we beg of you. I mean, we're trying to get serious about this game, but Dan Choi is just trolling out of his mind. And if they win this again, this will be another surprise.
Yeah,
I think IDEPS is just trying to prove they can win 2v2. That's what they're trying to do.
they might actually just be sending Anarchy a message saying whether it be Anarchy or G-Touring, the three of you definitely have to split up and find new members, because the three of them have been staying together for 4 years and it hasn't been working out.
Again, taking a lot of damage out from Woo-Bin Cha's aerial. Then once again, a second strike.
This
and
actually
that
might
will
get
be Shingen going down from Woo-Bin Cha. Solo effort, very well done. Hyunga Kim now has to do 1v3. The biggest challenge now to overcome here.
All right.
I'm just hoping that, you know, if something happens and IDEPS do not win this one, they kind of realize they have to go back to the serious mode and play with what they're comfortable with. Because I think, man, they've been fooling around it. First time it worked out, but this third game, I don't know if it's going to go just as well.
Well, they are still, 2 points ahead. And the next set, the set 4, will be random. So I don't know. They might just go on with this random picks for one more set, even if they lose this set.
Okay. Woo-Bin Cha taking a little bit of damage, but very, very healthy. Kim might be finished off here if he's not careful, but the damage coming through the Warlock, and very nicely done by Hyunga Kim. Woo-Bin Cha, he does have the escape strike back, but he's going to tag out. That's going to be an option as well. KFM trying to interfere in, Kyungmin Park trying to add to the damage.
Ooh. All right, the Rising Dragon actually connected, but Woo-Bin Cha taking a lot of damage.
Okay, Woo-Bin Cha just trying to go in, but almost does connect, and almost leads to a death right there, but Kyungmin Park tags back in time, and Kim couldn't quite finish him off, yeah.
Yeah. Hyunga Kim actually had a chance just now when Kyungmin Park back rolled, but it didn't happen.
The ultimate connected, and yeah, it's going to be Woo-Bin Cha. He's going to be connecting the ultimate, and that will finish them off, and once again, Anarchy gets the expected victory in Game 3 this time around, and please, IDEPS, let's not play Dan Choi on the Warlock from here on. I think they've learned the lesson 2 times in a row where he just died doing nothing.
Yeah, let's hope that this was just the beginning, just to start off, easily, like the icebreakers for especially IDEPS, playing this and that. Shinga King coming out with the Destroyer, Soul Fighter, and the Assassin. No, he's proving to us, yeah, I can play all the classes that I have listed. Don't doubt me. But this time around in set 3, they actually lost. And in set 4, depending on what it comes to be, either singles or tags, let's hope that, like you said, they go back to their serious mode.
Original composition hasn't been very good for these guys. IDEX has done very well for the past couple of days and looked very good, but wasn't this composition that they were playing today and does not reflect their own skills in the most truthful of the manner, and I'd like to see them do better. Of course, a competition like this and Choi on the Warlock is just means for doom and can overcome it second time in a row. They will be down 2-1.
Yep, and even though it just seems as if IDEPS overall is the better team, but Anarchy, like I constantly mention, a team that has been together. This is the only team that's been together throughout 4 years of Blade and Soul tournament, and they have had seasons where they went to maybe the quarterfinals and even the semifinals, but they haven't had any wins or even second places. So let's hope that they perform well, just for the sake of them staying together for so long and knowing each other as a team. And is it going to be?
It's gonna be a single, I think so, yeah. So we are gonna get a single for set 4. What are we gonna see? Obviously, Shingen cannot play.
Exactly.
He cannot play, so definitely will not get the full troll mode on this one. Okay?
No, but let's hope Deo Choi doesn't.
Oh, Deo Choi coming out of
with
the
the
Warlock. Please no. Please no. So putting that out there. Putting that out there.
I'm pretty sure.
We're the one that said it first.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have Deo Choi playing the Warlock on set 4. Please.
If Deo Choi comes on the Warlock, I promise you that I will not say anything throughout this set 4.
I don't
I'm
mind.
not gonna cast it. I'm
mind.
just gonna watch it.
I'll just solo cast it. Whatever you want me to do. I mean, that is something I'm willing to do because it's
You understand.
It is absolutely ridiculous that Dae Choi, he's not good. The Warlock, everybody kind of sees that now, and I think Dae Choi has his hands on the keyboard. This is gonna be nervous ending. What is he actually gonna play?
I really didn't mean it when I wanted to stay just quiet throughout the match. If Dae Choi comes out as a Warlock, let's hope that that's not the.
Please.
Oh, it is Dae Choi, but not on the Warlock.
Woo!
That kind of scared me right there when I saw his face.
You might have just lost your job for not
Yeah, I
casting
know.
during a game. Oh my goodness.
That was close.
That was very close, but thankfully we're gonna get a very normal game here. Yano came on the Blade Dancer. Of course, assassin for Dae Choi. Still the world's best assassin. Still, I mean, see if he can dominate still after having 2 bad games in the Warlock. If he can come back on the assassin and have a strong game, we're gonna see if he can do that with Dae Choi versus Yano Kim for game number 4. Let's get on the game. Finally, we get to see a normal game.
Yep.
For the first time in the series. It took us 4 games to get this. Dae Choi on the Assassin. Up against Byung Kim on the Blade Dancer. Seems like it has that Frost Mine instead of the Landmine here.
He used his Lotus of Escape already, and now I'm starting to doubt Dae Choi because he is a good assassin, but he has the feels of the Warlock right now. He's not playing like an assassin right now.
Okay, he's gonna get the back row chase, the double combo. The lightning draw. Talking about that back row chase connecting. That forces out Dae Choi to use the escape, but he's going to go on the counter attack here with the webbing here.
Yep. Without the Lotus. There we go.
Strike once again. Going invis. Dae Choi just trying to make sure he's ready for that next strike. Kim just getting ready for him.
I don't know. After seeing Dae Choi just do nothing for 2 games. I know he's a good assassin, but it just feels like he's not a good player anymore after seeing those 2.
Hey, we'll see ending. I mean, you gotta give him one more chance. 3rd time's charm for Dae Choi.
Yeah, but this is his main for those of you who are having the same doubts as I am.
Okay, first not coming in. Just have the escape. Then Kim's gonna use right
Back row
there.
chase.
Time escape does come through with the Lotus Escape being used by Dae Choi. Yano Kim doesn't have the escape for now, so how he's gonna handle this situation once Dae Choi makes a serious attack coming in.
Oh, stealth is used. All right, Dae Choi is out of both escapes. So 1 good CC from Byanu, then Dae Choi actually might lose the set.
See the stun coming up. Still out
Oh,
of
but he's
escape.
going on the offensive, and Byanu's out of escape for the next 5 seconds. You have 5 seconds.
One more bombard into the slash, and that's going to be good for Dan Choi. Seemingly, he's still a good assassin, just not the Warlock. Maybe this game should help him realize for the next tag match, he will probably not return to the Warlock once again.
Okay. So it was, at the point where both of them were both out of escapes. So one of the, either one landing the first CC into a combo was going to win. And Daeung Choi, being the assassin, being the formidable assassin, coming back and proving to us that, yeah, my Warlock's bad, but my assassin's still up there. It is the best. And, he just showed us that. I'm glad that he got that win.
Glad he did as well. Super glad he didn't play the Warlock for the third time, man. Close shape to finish it off with that bombard. Very, very nice there. Feels like the Ines fans are still here to play and still have their belief, they still have their faith in Dan Choi. And let's see what they do. And go on to the next match here, singles once again, and we're gonna see them return to it because it could be the last one. If you bring another good singles match up, then you might just see the end of Anarchy. Got that win in tag match, but set 5 if they win it right here. The Ines go up to the winner's bracket to get ready to face against Coup d'etat here.
Yeah, this is potentially the last match, and let's see who will be coming out. All right, so it's Hyungyu Kim's assassin. So we're gonna just get that assassin back to back here, and if Hyungyu Kim wins this singles, this means all 3 of them have won a singles match with an assassin today in this series. At Youngmin Park on the KFM, we'll see if he's able to defeat Hyungyu Kim on the assassin.
We get the 3rd assassin in a row. 3 players playing assassin for Ines, and seeing the last one on the line of Hyungyu Kim. Can he finish out the series with a win right here against Youngmin Park? We're going to find out the KFM versus assassin for this next match. So I think the story that is being written up today for Ines is that Shingen Kim played the assassin on singles and won. Daeung Choi played the assassin and won. Now it's up to Hyun Kim. If he wins on this one, the streak will keep going and starting off very nicely already. Youngmin Park going on the counterattack here.
Yep, Youngmin Park used that early type escape. Same goes for Hyungyu Kim now, but he still does have the Lotus of Escape, so he's going to make his move.
He does have the Frostmine as well. Very similar to Daeung Choi's build. Get the stun once again.
Oh, but Youngmin Park is done.
50
17
seconds.
seconds for the escape, and Hyungyu Kim is going to go on with that 100-0 combo.
There
And
it is in the close shape to finish him off, and even a quicker finish. And that's going to be the team of 3 assassins. Let's not call them Ines anymore. Let's call them the 3 assassins.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. Everyone is good at the assassin, and everyone can win with that class. And this team is ready to go to the winner's bracket to see if they're better than this next team of Coup d'etat.
yeah, 3 Muskasins, I want to call them.
Yeah.
3 Muskasins. Anyways, yeah. So all 3 of these players won with an assassin, and to be truthful, yes, this was an exciting match because items kind of brought out different classes, kind of surprised us, or even maybe like trolled us a little bit with the picks. But I feel really bad for Anarchy, to be honest, because they're really trying hard. They're constantly joining up the tournaments. They are performing their best. They're trying their best, and it just feels as if they're not up to par with Ines and some of the players in skill levels.
And even when they were known as the G Touring for years and years, they were never the best team. They've always had that same roster. They've always stuck through it together and had the teamwork ready. But individually, they were never really considered the best teams, nor the best players. Talk about that one player each time. But G Touring, they're just waiting for their moment. But once again, Season 1 of 2018, once again, isn't their moment. Got very close to the winner's bracket. Going to the loser's bracket now and can have another chance to fight against GC% Red to hopefully have their fight to go to it. But GC% Red seemingly looking a lot stronger than Anarchy altogether. So I think that Ines and Coup d'etat can be a lot closer, but Anarchy is going to have a hard time this loser's bracket to have their chance against GC% Red.
Yeah, we'll have to see, and like I said before, and like Joel just mentioned, Anarchy and GC Fusan Red, even though they lost today, they are not eliminated. We'll have the losers bracket coming up as well as the winners bracket for IDEPS versus Coup d'etat. So it's going to be exciting for both of the matches, and we'll see the results now of what happened today.
Got to see the game results. Coup d'etat did beat out GC Ulsan Red in a full set, going all the way to Game 7 with Byung-In-jun, the rookie, doing very, very well for himself and the team. Very nicely done there, and IDEPS has got to get the win over Anarchy in a relatively easier fashion. And you can see the winners bracket being built up here, and that's going to be next Saturday, 12 p.m. Korean Standard Time. Gonna get IDEPS and Coup d'etat to see who the first place decider is, but that will not be it. That's gonna be them going on to the grand finals, and that will be just the other team, whoever loses out in this first match will wait out between these two teams of the losers match, and to see the winners out of that to get the second place matchup as well. So everything will be decided next week, along with the finals that will be happening all on Sunday. But it's going to be a very interesting end to a season 1. Of course, we're already getting to the end of things and trying to figure out who the best team is at the moment. We're still looking out for that question to see what the right answer is.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens because, you know, like we were just explaining how, you know, the bracket's going to work. We're going to have the winners next week and, you know, all that double elimination. And, you know, I'm so excited for next week.
And next week will come soon enough, and we'll see you then for the next series of blade&soul, and we'll see you next time.
someone to turn